So I left off before I went to break talking about, again, the most common mistakes families make. I said no estate plan at all is one of the most, right at the top of my list. Outdated documents. So you wrote a trust years ago. It's no longer current due to tax reasons, your personal circumstances. You failed to update your beneficiaries. I mean, when I reviewed today, it was very simple. It was written when the children were young. Now the children are adults. Matter of fact, there's grandchildren now, but the trust still reflected when they were young, when they were minors, and there was custodians involved and things like that. So failing to update beneficiaries, not keeping it up to date. I left off with not funding the trust. And I know you hear that term a lot, but I'm going to keep kind of just hitting it over and over again. So the problem is you spend all the money, the time, etc., getting a living trust created, right? So you avoid probate, you know where everything's going to go. You set it up, you feel good, you sleep well at night. And then your attorney never made sure that you funded the trust. Remember, this is what happened to my dad and what made me create this business, because I never want this to happen to my friends, my clients, or you, my audience. And so that's where you have an asset like a house, a bank account, savings account, things that are not retirement related, and you still have it titled in your name or yours and your spouse's name, but yet you spent the time and the money creating the trust. So let's say you have a ABC Bank checking account, and let's say you've got, I don't know, doesn't matter what the amount is. Let's say there's 25 grand in there, but you got a trust. And you think, hey, everything's fine. I've got a trust. I die, or my husband and I die. It's not going to go to probate. Yes, it is. That is unfunded. It's not in the name of the trust. So that's one thing that we do when we create a new estate plan. We go through every one of your accounts to see, number one, with the beneficiaries, how they're set up and are they who you want? And number two, we make sure that the client gets those funded. So that ABC Bank account, we are going to give them specific instructions on how to get that account moved from joint tenants in this example to the name of the new trust. It's really simple to do. It's a little time consuming, but that's where so many estates fail. They spend the time and the money, as I said, but then they fail to do it. I've seen it happen with real estate. I've seen it happen with major multi-million-dollar assets. We want to make sure that doesn't happen. And then the other major mistake is no incapacity planning. Once again, doctors, hospitals, they're regulated by law to keep you alive. But again, there's many circumstances that maybe you don't, or you want prolonged life, but with certain extenuating circumstances. That's what's called the medical directive inside the estate plan. You get to list all of that. Again, legal binding document that your family can share with the hospital, with the doctors, of your wishes, on top of many other things like, do you want to be buried or cremated, etc. So that's just a taste of what we covered last, like I said, 2 weeks ago, last Wednesday. If you have any questions, please give me a call, 260-3875. 260-3875 is the number to my step office. And then, or go online at specializedtrust.com.